In the heart of the Himalayas, where stone meets storm and silence speaks louder than thunder, there lives a man whose name is whispered with reverence not only in the tea houses of Namche Bazaar, but in mountaineering circles from Kathmandu to Kathmandu. Wait, no, from Kathmandu to Kilimanjaro, Denali, and the Alps. His name is Kami Rita Sherpa, and he is not merely a climber. He is a living chronicle of Everest itself. Born in the year 1970, in the hamlet of Thame, a cluster of stone houses clinging to the flank of the Dud Koshi River at 3,800 meters, Kami Rita entered a world already steeped in legend. Thame is no ordinary village. It lies along ancient trade and pilgrimage routes, a spiritual crossroads where Tibetan Buddhism breathes through fluttering prayer flags and monastery drums. His family, like many Sherpas, had long served as the backbone of Himalayan exploration. His father, a high-altitude porter, carried oxygen canisters in tents for the first wave of foreign mountaineers in the 1,950 seconds and 60 seconds men who saw Everest as a conquest, while the Sherpas saw it as a deity to be honored. From boyhood, Kami Rita learned to read not books, but ice falls. He knew how glaciers crack like bones in the night, how the wind on the South Pole can strip warmth in seconds, and how a single misstep on the Hillary Step could end a life. But more than that, he learned responsibility. In Sherpa culture, the mountain is not climbed, it is approached with humility, and the guide does not lead for glory, but for the safety of others. His first ascent of Everest came on the 13th of May, 1993, as part of a New Zealand expedition. At 23, he stood on the summit not with arms raised in triumph, but with head bowed in gratitude. He had done what his father had prepared him for. But unlike many who summit once and depart forever, Kami Rita returned. Again, and again, and again. By the spring of 2024, he had scaled Everest 30 times, a number so staggering it seems to defy physics, biology, and time itself. To put it in perspective, if you laid all his ascents end to end, he would have climbed the equivalent of over 265 kilometers vertically higher than the edge of space. He has spent more cumulative days above 8,000 meters than most humans spend hours, but numbers alone cannot capture his story. Consider this. Over 3 decades, he has witnessed Everest transform from a sacred, sparsely visited peak into a global symbol of extreme ambition, where lines of climbers queue at the Hillary Step like commuters at a subway turnstile. He has seen ice falls collapse without warning, avalanches swallow entire camps, and inexperienced climbers freeze within sight of the summit. And through it all, he has remained steady, silent, sovereign. He doesn't climb for records. He climbs because it is his dharma, his duty. As a Sirdar, or head Sherpa, he coordinates teams, fixes ropes, checks oxygen systems, and makes life or death decisions in blizzards with zero visibility. He carries the weight of strangers' dreams on his back, often while carrying their gear too. And when tragedy strikes, as it did in the 2014 Khumbu icefall avalanche that killed 16 Sherpas, or the 2015 earthquake that claimed 19 at base camp, he grieves, then returns, because someone must keep the path open. Beyond Everest, Kami Rita has conquered K2, the savage mountain, widely considered far more dangerous, Cho Oyu, the turquoise goddess, Lhotse, Everest's razor-edged neighbor, and Manaslu, the mountain of the spirit. Yet Everest remains his true companion, the mountain that shaped him, tested him, and, in its own way, protects him. Now in his mid-50s, with silver threading his temples and eyes that hold the calm of high glaciers, Kami Rita continues to train, to mentor younger Sherpas, and to speak out, not with anger, but with sorrow, about the commercialization, pollution, and overcrowding threatening the mountain's sanctity. He has seen ropes left to rot, oxygen bottles abandoned like soda cans, and inexperienced climbers relying entirely on Sherpas to survive. Everest is not a playground, he once said quietly. It is a temple. As of December 2025, the world waits. The 2025 spring climbing season, which runs from late April to late may have seen him ascend once more. If so, he would stand at 31 summits, a milestone no human has ever approached. But even if he never climbs again, his legacy is secure. Because Kami Rita Sherpa is more than a record holder. He is the embodiment of resilience, the voice of the voiceless Sherpa community, whose labor makes Everest possible for others. A bridge between tradition and modernity, between east and west, between earth and sky. When historians one day write the full story of Everest, not just the flags planted and the records broken, but the human truth beneath the ice, they will not begin with Hillary or Norgay. They will begin with the Sherpas. And at the center of that story will stand a man from Thame, who walked to the top of the world, not once, not 10 times, but 30 times or more, not for fame, but because the mountain called, and he answered, again and again, with grace, grit, and unwavering humility. And somewhere, in the whispering winds above the South Col, Everest remembers his name.